because the country is the birthplace of Operation Smile. And Cebu City has been part of that history of Operation Smile here. And it has been consistently the annual site of big international missions with our partner foundation, Kita Salimbang yung charitable foundation. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our team, or maybe our guests from the media first. And we have Robilin Alugar from RMA News. Robilin,
Morning.
there you go. We have Jim Roy Vioza, is that correct? Jim Ray from SMMI, no? DYAR also, that I think is Teleradio, no? DYAR. And then Minerva Newman from Philippine News Agency, and RNA News, and yeah, Jason Morate, is that correct? Morata, did I get okay? And Carlo Ola, okay. Aldo Banayna, good, from Philippines, the Freeman. The Freeman, by the way, is the sister publication of a national broadsheet, the Philippine Star. So we can be assured that his story will also land in the national broadsheet. And what is this? Clarissa? Osorio, oh yeah, from Clarissa is, and then from Freshman Hillard, and then Nong Pelimon from Cebu Bloggers. What's the other? Cebu Bloggers Society. Yes, all right, okay. And from Manila, we have our journalists also from Manila here, from Carlos Lontok of CNN Philippines, Edison Gonzalez from Malaya, and then Pauline Songko. We have two Paulines here, Pauline Songko, and from Daily Tribune, and Pauline Gutierrez from Business Mirror, and also we have a veteran photojournalist here, Edwin Pacasman, to my right. Used to be the chief photographer of Philippine Daily Inquirer. So we are in good hands as far as our story is concerned. No. But anyway, I might tell you, upfront that let's not waste this opportunity. I know they say that in journalism, they say that bad news sells. Yan sinasabi natin, di ba? Bad news sells. So most journalists usually are preoccupied with hard stuff, no? Hard news, controversial issues. But always there is a space for something that is, really inspiring. And I was a journalist myself before, and I always, struggled how to clean up my page with something that is not negative, but something inspiring and something that will inspire people. And I think that I know we all have a responsibility to society for this, and we are blessed that you found time to join us. So we will make this conversation quite really just be a relaxed. This is not let's not be stiff. You are free to answer all the questions you want. The more questions you ask, the better for us, because it will improve our own messaging as well in the community. So, okay, let me proceed with the introductions for the panel. To my left is Julia Isberg from Operation Smile International, and she's with the Women in Medicine coordinator. And Mrs. Cathy Rubin is, just call her Cathy, or we call her Super K. No. And she is the co-founder and president of Operation Smile. And then next to her is Dr. Vivina Chu. She is the vice chairman of MSCY, our partnership group, and also I forgot what you said. But that is the most important because you are the face of MSCY.
Okay.
So our partner. And we have Dr. Laura May Guzman. She is the team leader of the Women in Medicine mission happening now. And she's a plastic surgeon. And she's also been into other WIM mission. Yes, may I now ask, pass on the microphone to Dr. Lee for the official welcome remarks to Cebu. Is there a way closer to that?
That's good. It's kind of short.
Okay, so I'm from Cebu, no? So I can speak Bisaya, but I met here Carlo last night, Carlo Lonto. So I was asking him whether he is a family of Crisilda Lonto, or all the women here, patronize Crisilda Lonto. See? Well, anyway, I'm Dr. Chu. I'm a pediatrician and I practice here in Cebu. And I'm representing for this press con, I'm representing the Marikita Sarimbangan Young Charitable Foundation as the Vice President and also in charge of the medical affairs. So I've been with Operation Smile since it started here in Cebu, and we are now on our 23rd year because they're supposed to be 25th, but there are two years that we did not have any mission. Okay, so MSYCF is actually more on medical, but as well as we also cater to the educational program. So we sponsor students, nursing students, medical students to have a degree. But one of our advocacy is really Operation Smile. So we are identified as the Operation Smile of Cebu. Now, since we started this mission, so this year now or tomorrow will be our 23rd year. We have done more than 7,000 cases. And this is all over Cebu province. Then later on, we started to cater people from Zamboanga. So whoever comes to our facilities for help, we accommodate them, regardless of religion, regardless of locality, we do that. No? Now, since the time we started this, we've been very successful because we followed up all these patients. Before there is a wrong notion wherein after the mission, they are left behind. No, we do not do that. No? Right after surgery, 1 week, we examine them for post-operative follow-up. And then another week, so that's 2 weeks. And 6 months later, we follow them up to find out whether what we did was good or not. And this is the most important thing when you do a mission. You do not leave them behind. Now, so far, I am so proud to tell you that our team is one of the best in the world. The palate, when you repair the palate, it is really well repaired. And at the same time, we do what we call speech therapy. Because most of these kids, when they are already beyond 5 years old and you repair them, the nasal form is already there, no? Yung sinasabi ng nguho, But of course, we would like to improve the situation, so that's why we have in our team a speech therapist. Not only that, we also have dentists, because you will notice that the dental pattern of this cliff lip and palate is really so ugly, no? Okay, so we also have a dentist for that. So it is a complete team. for us. And we are doing that actually, it's not by words, no? It is in action. Now for this year, I am again very proud to tell you that the city of Cebu is giving their full support to our mission. And this is under the leadership of Mayor Mike Rama. Everything is given to us in an easy way. So the venue for our mission or our surgical program, no, please put there Operation Smile surgical program. Don't put their mission, huh? Please, the press. So we are having Operation Smile surgical program. So we are having it at CCMC, Cebu City Medical Center. It is not fully completed, no? I think our mayor is still soliciting donation to finish it. And there is a plan that one of the floor there, the 6th floor, Operation Smile International will be housed in that area so that we will not probably be doing later on the surgical program. We will be doing every day. If there will be patients, we will be doing them. Because there's so many, still so many cleft lip and palate in our population. I think this is very typical for the Filipino or Asian, no? So we have like 1 out of 600 per child. So you can see there's no end to it because there is some form of genetic. Now for Operation Smile that we are doing in Cebu, we also incorporate research so where we can improve. We already did this, no, genetic research in the past, the last 23 years. We also had nutrition to find out how we can improve, no, the kids. And now we are going to, Julia here will tell you why we are doing this among women. It is not a discrimination, no, but there's a reason why we are now doing women in surgery of cleft lip. Okay? So, at any time, I think you put it there, at any time there is somebody who needs a facial repair, you can go to CCMC and we will do them even if it is not during the mission. Because sometimes if you wait too long, no, Operation Smile in Cebu is only once a year. So we can do them, no? So we are now trying to make some memorandum of agreement depending on Operation Smile International that we will have or make it available the services that we are doing now. Okay, so if you have any questions, yes. Okay, so later na.
We can open it later. Yeah, can have it.
We can give it to Bobby first.
Our next speaker is Julia Lisberg. She's the coordinator of the Women in Medicine program. And listen to her. She has a lot to say to really describe this program. And she has been going around really with the team.
Thank you, Bobby. Hi, everyone. My name is Julia. I'm the Women in Medicine Coordinator for Operation Smile, speaking on behalf of the Women in Medicine team. Thank you so much for welcoming me to the Philippines. This is a lovely place, and I'm excited to be here. It's a special place because Operation Smile was founded here, so I think there's no better way than to wrap our surgical programs this year than ending in the Philippines. So I'm really excited to be here, and I hope by the end of this conference you'll feel inspired and also know a little bit about our initiative and why we're here. Just briefly, I'm going to comment that Women in Medicine is here for, there's research behind this. As much as we love just empowering women, there's also a desperate need for women to enter the healthcare workforce. Over the years, the World Health Organization says that 70% of women make up the healthcare workforce, but only 25% hold leadership positions. So we believe at Operation Smile that health equity rests on achieving gender equity. And to do this, we need to inspire women to join the healthcare workforce. According to Boozing Company, 1 billion people in low and middle income countries, women in low and middle income countries have barriers to entering the healthcare workforce. So we are working diligently to eliminate those barriers in order to help inspire, train, educate, and support women throughout the journey to enter the healthcare workforce. So I'm really excited, and I think I'm going to pass on the mic to Pat.
Yes, I would like to call on another WIM, very active, part of the WIM program, Dr. Laura Guzman. She's a team leader now. She's a plastic surgeon, and maybe Doc May, maybe you can share your story, your experience in the field.
Hello. Okay. Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Buntag Kanimin Tanan. I'm Dr. Laura Guzman. I'm a plastic surgeon. I actually grew up here in Cebu, but now my practice is in Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija, where my husband is from. So I've been a volunteer for OpSmile since 2004, so that's 18 years ago, and I've been to a lot of local and international missions, maybe more than 40. So, and I've been a team leader for several international and local missions as well. But I was invited to go to Peru in June of this year, and I didn't really know, of course, who wouldn't want to go to Peru, but then I saw it was women in medicine. I said, oh, women, oh my God. It was such a good, it was an exciting idea because working with women, I know was going to be really smooth, and I was expecting a lot. I was liking it to, I'm going to go to the Paradise Island of Wonder Woman, Themyscira, where everyone was supportive. So I went there, and it was as everything that I expected it to be. So up front, there were female surgical residents who were also very excited to learn from us. So the mentoring, the support, from the very beginning, it was really evident. When the day one, when we were having a surgery, we were having our screening, we just told the residents, we want to eat ceviche, and said, we'll take you out. So the surgery residents took the surgeons. We were two from the Philippines, one from Nicaragua, and one from Mexico. They took us out, the Peruvians, and all of us, we had lunch. First time, we didn't know each other, but we were talking about our families, our lives, how each one decided to go to med school, how each one is managing families. Some of us were single, some of us had families. So, and then that was the first day. And then during the surgery dates itself, they were very eager to learn from us, and we were very eager to teach them. And it was such a comfortable relationship. In the end, we had a chat group in WhatsApp, and we would send each other journals and how to do this and how to do that, and they sent us back the pictures of our patients. So it wasn't like any other mission that I went to where there were men. I was not the team leader for this, but it was really helpful for everyone, and not just for the surgeons, because of course it was a multidisciplinary team. All the nurses and all the other disciplinaries like speech, they were all very, very helpful. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I hope it will be duplicated here in Cebu.
Thank you, Dr. Rame. And maybe well, of course, pass on the phone to, we call the champion for the women in medicine, and how this seed of vision has been trapped and rippled. And it's, I think, getting some momentum. But may I just ask, don't you miss the men in the mission?
No.
So you might be wondering that the other co-founder is not around, Dr. Belagi. So, Kathy, take it away. If you can really just give us a big picture for the program.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. We're a team. We've been doing this, as Dr. B said, for 23 years. So my husband and I have been coming here 23 years. It's so funny because when I get on the plane, they say, "Have you ever been to Cebu?" I said, "Oh yes, I've been to Cebu." So I just give you just a feeling of what we had when we first came to the Philippines 40 years ago. So my husband had a partner who said, "Look, they're looking for a team that would like to go to the Philippines to take care of children with cleft lip and cleft palate." That's what he did. I have a nursing background, some other degrees, so he said, "You need to go." I have 5 young children at home, and I was like, I can't. He said, "Yes, you can." My parents took the kids. We took our oldest daughter with us. Don't ever forget your youth. They are there. My daughter, now she was 13, I taught her how to scrub in. We needed her desperately. We entered a room in Naga with 300 kids with cleft lip and cleft palate and their parents. I thought 15 of us were going to pass out. Really, we were sweating. We were actually in tears saying, "We will never touch these children with what we have." And my daughter that scrubbed in, we needed her. My husband set up another table, get her going, and you know what? She was 13. She is now 50 or 52, and she's still doing Operation Smile. So this transfers from one to the other to the other. And that's what we say, your families, can you have your children give back to others? It's so simple, really. So anyway, we couldn't touch all those kids. We said, "Oh, we'll just come back. We'll take care of a few more." But guess, this is what your culture does. So my husband and I were walking out of the hospital, and a little woman with her child in her hand, about 7 years old, comes up and says, "I just want to thank you. I have a basket of bananas to give you, and I want to thank you for trying to take care of my child." I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That would never happen in the United States. So you're so thankful, you're so giving, you're so caring in this culture, and it drove us back. That's why we're here 40 years later. And so this whole women in medicine came to us because we were like, we need more. You have 77,000 children. Just cleft lip and cleft palate. How are we going to get there? Dr. B said we did 7,000. We did it with all our heart and soul. But we need to get to these children and their families. What's great about this surgery, right? You can fix it. These children are not eating, they don't speak, they get very malnourished, they don't go to school, they don't have a life. Boom, you have the surgery and you can change their lives. It's amazing. So that's why we decided, let's try women in medicine, right? Women have families, just like we're all talking. We take care of our families. We can stretch ourselves a little bit farther and take care of more people if we could get more women in medicine. And we know just with this pandemic in the Philippines, 106,000 nurses are needed. We talked with Dr. Guzman. She has had surgeries canceled because they don't have nurses. That's just unfair. It's just unfair. So we have to lift ourselves and make a change. We just have to do it. So we're really driving on this women in medicine to make this change. We know if we could mentor, as Julia was saying, if we could train and educate, like Dr. B was talking, we could make a change and transform the way healthcare is given in this world. WHO says 5 billion. We can't even get our head around that. 5 billion people have no health care in the world. How is that possible? That means none of these people out in these rural areas have a way to get any kind of health care. If they break a leg, if they break an arm, if they fall and just, have their knee damaged, they're probably gonna get infection and they're probably gonna die. So how do we make that change? We feel women can do that. Yeah, and we have solid groups of women that are ready to go. And I know once they start this mentorship, which we've seen in these last 3 missions, one in Morocco, one in Peru, and one just in Malawi. And we really pushed the Africans, and they did it. They really drove their women to step up and be involved. And the First Lady came there, and she said, I've never known about this. Now I will get involved. So anyway, this is what you all are gonna do. You're gonna push the rest to get involved to make these changes. So we're so proud of this initiative and so proud of really Dr. B and Dr. Guzman, what you've done here on the ground to make it sustainable. How do you keep something going 23 years? That's only because of their push, their caring for another human being. And Julia's we always love our youth, right? They have to come behind us, and we're big on our student programs. Once my daughter went on that trip, we always put students on the teams. So they're behind us for the last 40 years. So I'm excited about this, and we'd love to have your questions, and we're here to really tell you about how we transform this women in medicine. Thank you.
All right. So, who is man enough to throw the first question? Okay, good. Yeah, that is. Please identify yourself.
Hello, good morning. My name is Edison Gonzalez from the national media. Since we were talking about the shortages of healthcare professionals, since there is shortage of healthcare professionals here in the Philippines, what do you think must be done, or the government should do in order to address this issue, so that our healthcare system will be in the pink?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me give you the background. Okay. Right now, if you will notice, in our hospital in Cebu, I do not know if it is happening in Manila. When you go to the emergency room and you want to be admitted, they will tell you, I'm sorry, we are fully booked. But it's not true. It's not true. And they are not lying. There are so many rooms, there are more than enough rooms. Our problem is who will take care of these patients? Because our nurses, you cannot help but allow them to leave the country. Most of the nurses that are in the hospital are only satisfying the requirement that they have to have 2 years of hospital experience before they will be accepted abroad. So our nurses has a ratio, like for example, one nurse can only take care of 10 patients, only 10, not taking the blood pressure, giving the medications, all this. The biggest problem is that there are not enough students now in the nursing school. Because there was a time wherein nurses were not allowed anymore to leave the country. So they shifted from nursing to medicine. So we are now having more doctors than nurses. So how can we solve that is probably to motivate these people to go into nursing course again. We have enough nursing schools, no applicants. So I think the last 5 years, most of the students shifted from taking up nursing to taking up medicine. So we have enough doctors and nurses. So I think this is a global problem. No, this is not only a problem in the Philippines, but this is a situation that we do not have enough patients to take care of our patients. Now, even surgery in a private hospital, I tell you, They start from 8 in the morning until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Because the nurses can only handle so much patient for every hour. Okay? That does answer your question?
I have a follow-up question.
Yes, okay.
Allow me to read the part of the press release. While the Commission on Higher Education data showed the country produces around 800 college students, graduates annually, 60% of them women, less than 1% end up working as healthcare workers. So what could be the solution that we can recommend to the CHED to address this issue?
Well, the bottom line, which I think the government cannot or not even check can address, is the salary cap. If it is a, how would you say, interesting rate of your salary, most likely we will have more than enough. Now, there are nurses, it's sad to say, no, that there are nurses, even after their 2 years in the hospital, who cannot leave for abroad, are already working in a call centers. Most of them. Because the pay is like triple. On the other hand, the government facilities pay more than any other hospitals, but they can only accept so much patient. So I don't know how to motivate them. So maybe when they will be graduating a senior high, the career, motivation should be in place so that they will know. Because some of these kids, they graduate, they don't know where to go, what to take up. So maybe this is how the CHED should go from one university or one school to another school to motivate them to go into courses that we do not have.
Yes, later.
Okay?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that a journalist friend who is not here just emailed me. This is a follow-up question to her virtual interview with you later. This is Terry Yu, who is based in Canada. Terry Yu was from the Manila Times before, and also joined Century Properties, one of our donors, as corporate communications VP. And well, she did a good interview. And this is her question. And apparently that she has read the transcript, and there are some gaps that she wanted to ask. And this is related to what we are doing. Because just to put a context, and this is a follow to your question, what is needed? Well, that's the purpose of this kind of program as an advocacy to raise the level of awareness and address the issues to those who can make the decisions, like government. So this is what I think. This is how do you intend to cascade the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and insights that Operation Smile has accumulated over the years to your volunteers and to health workers in the communities where you implement your programs. Maybe you can talk about what's going on right now, like the Operation Smile advocacy or policy or university or something like that, but we're just also starting. Can you probably answer how do you intend
I'm gonna take it back right to this community because Dr. B mentioned it. I would say the mayor, this hospital, CCMC, went down during the earthquake. I mean, I was here. I saw people on the street in their beds, on the gurneys with IVs. I'm like, what in the world? And so he has taken this on to build this hospital back and asked us if we would put a center in that we could all work together, and we will drive medicine into that center from all over the world. We did it in India, and we had people from every university coming there because you have so many children to take care of. We can learn, we can transfer knowledge, and we can work together to sustain it over here. I have to say this community took it on to themselves to say, we're going to educate more, we're going to train, we're going to mentor. We will, actually, we talked about getting scholarships for people. These are some of the barriers that they're facing anyway. So I have to say this community took this on to say, how do we do this? And I know in India, in 3 years, we did 15,000 surgeries. You have people like Harvard, Yale, Duke, coming over here, University of South Carolina and USC in California, coming, operating, working together, training, and mentoring. So we will do that for the future. Yeah, we're gonna work together on it.
Questions? We have a follow-up question.
I have another question for you, ma'am, because you underscored 3 main points a while ago when you were discussing about women in medicine. You said about gender equity. You also said eliminating barriers, as well as women to enter the healthcare workforce. I'll put this into sentence so that I can be able to formulate the question. So how can we be able to promote gender equity and eliminate these barriers so that women have more opportunities to enter the healthcare workforce here in the Philippines?
Very good question.
Okay, so I made research about how gender equity is in the Philippines compared to other countries or in the world. We are actually doing better, okay? So in terms of plastic surgery, in the United States, the ratio of a female to a male plastic surgeon is 1:5. In the Philippines, it's 1:2, okay? We have very few plastic surgeons actually. We have only 150 active. 100 are males and 50 are females. But when it comes to training, it's already 1:1. So we really have no problem with, I think, with accepting trainees. There's no discrimination. As of very different from 10 to 20 years ago. And so it really is more of how do we support women, because definitely women have more challenges when it comes to, we have the intelligence, we have the skills. Definitely, I think we have more meticulous skills. We have smaller hands. When it comes to surgery, we are equal with men. But then we also have other roles to perform. You know, we choose also other. We have a role to be mothers also, right? And then to families to take care of. So I think in the Philippines, with the Magna Carta for Women, we already have these things in place to help women be more active to have more fulfilling careers. So it's really just to be more awareness and to implement these laws. Also to put for women to be more active and to become leaders in those positions that will help manage or control these positions and how women are admitted into to the careers that they want to have. So I think that is women should be more active. We should help each other to become leaders. I think that's a very, very major role. So for my part, I think without even knowing it, I'm chairman of the Department of Surgery, and I'm heading a section of burns in our government hospital. That wasn't even in my plans, but you're given it if you're really focused on your career. I think women can handle everything. so that's my point. I think we have to be in the leadership area also.
Maybe Dr. B, you could,
Yeah.
you're having this conference,
Yeah.
right, with women.
Okay,
I think Spreading the word.
Just to add on to what has been mentioned, this is not only a problem in the Philippines, nor this is a problem worldwide. Okay? In fact, I've been attending webinars from Harvard wherein they talk about disparity, gender disparity, and it is true, no? We really cannot compete with our male counterparts if you will not focus on it. Because if there are two applicants in a job, one female, one male, and if the female, especially in the reproductive years, they will go to maternity leave. And if they are cesarean section, it will take them 3-4 years to be out of work. And it will compromise the company. So all the time, the choice should be, or will go to the, unless you have better skill, better knowledge of what is happening that they cannot do without. So they will push you. And just to inform you that next month we have, I'm the international, representative of the Philippines to the Western Pacific region. And we have a convention, and the first day of the convention is all about women leaders. So I invited a speaker from Australia, from Hong Kong, from Singapore. So it will just show us that it's not only a problem in the Philippines, but even in the region. So that's a very good observation, and I think this is the purpose now of showing people that women can also can do better. So it's not a gender discrimination, but I think that would be, the issue, that we can do it.
So I'm going to go a little bit off of what Dr. Chu said. I think you made us a great point about eliminating